So this is our DR server, and basically, as I told you, that DR server is nothing but it's a kind of mirror image of the vault. So in case if the vault goes down, you can basically use the DR for the failover purpose. So yesterday we have installed, and this is a service for the DR. So this is the service for DR, Cyber or Disaster Recovery. What is this service is doing? It is replicating every bit of data from the vault to the DR server. So if I open up the folder here, C drive, program file x86, private arc, PADR, logs, PADR. So you can see that it's replicating every save we have in the production vault, like system save, picture, vault internal, notification engine, PWA prep, PWA configuration. So whatever the save we have in the production vault, the same are getting replicated into the DR site as well. You can see that replicate ended. That means whatever the available saves we had are all getting replicated on the DR site. Replication ended here. So let us do the replication once again, so I can show you how the replication looks like. Before that, let me show you that what is the PADR configuration file. So if you click on this configuration folder, you will see something called PADR. This is the configuration file. Okay. Now we will understand that what it is all about. So first and foremost is replication logon from file. So if you remember that when we were installing the DR, we have basically enabled the DR user. Okay. So DR user is something which basically replicates the data from the primary sites to the DR site. And to do so, this component would require the credentials of the DR. So the credentials of the DR is encrypted in this particular user.ini file. It is basically fetching the credentials which is there in this user.ini file. Here we have the DR credentials. This is the DR user, and this is the DR password in the encrypted form. So it is fetching the credentials from this file. Okay. Then enable check. That means always DR will keep on checking whether the vault is up and running. It will keep on pinging the vault to check like whether the vault is up and running. Enable check is equal to yes. Enable replicate. That means whatever the changes we are doing on the primary side, the same gets replicated on the DR side. For example, if I make any kind of save in the primary, if I create any kind of save, for an example, test dr save. Okay, I have created this test dr save. In short span of time, you can see that it would be available in the dr as well. Okay, so this is because of this feature, enable replicate. Enable replicate is nothing but we are replicating every bit of information to the dr site, whatever we are doing in the production vault. Enable failover is equal to yes. That means that in case if the primary vault goes down, automatically the services would be pointed to the DR. In all the components, there is a vault.ini file. So in the vault.ini file, we will add two IPs. The first is of the primary vault, the second is of the DR vault. So in case the primary goes down, automatically the services are pointed to the DR vault. We will simulate that DR drill today, and we will also fail back to the primary. So I will show you that how it works. Enable database sync, so that whatever the database changes, this is not something that we are doing. These are the internal changes that happens on the primary side. The same gets replicated on the DR as well. Check interval is 60 seconds. So in every 60 seconds, it will check like whether the vault is up and running. Check retries count, that is 5. So it will make overall 5 attempts to check, like, if the vault services are up and running. Check retries interval in every 30 seconds. After every 30 seconds, the strike would happen, like it will try to reach vault again if the vault is up and running or not. Replicate interval, so this is replicate interval is nothing but after every 3600 seconds the replication will start on the DR vault. Replicate retries interval is 300 seconds. So after every 300 seconds, the incremental replication will start. So whatever the changes I'm doing, after that, the incremental backup would start or replication would start. Let's say if I have make 5 changes, after that I have 6 changes. So after the fifth changes, it will start replicating from there itself. Access vault for inactivity. This is again it will check like till how long the vault is inactive. Failover is more difficult to know. So as of now, we are running under a normal scenario wherein our vault is up and running and our DR is running as a DR server. It is just replicating bit of information from the primary vault. This is the last replication when it happened. So these two lines are basically the last timestamp when the replication got happened. If I need to further do that, I need to do a full replication. I will just remove these two lines. So it will start from the scratch. Whatever the details are there in the primary vault, the same gets replicated on the DR vault. So I have deleted last two lines and I will start the services from here. Let me do one more change here. Let me rename this file. Before that, let me stop the replication service and rename this PADR log file. Okay. Now I will start the PADR service. That is the disaster recovery service. So it will create a new log file for us and it will indicate that what are the things which are getting replicated. So you can see that PADR is created here, and shortly you will see that what are the safes which are created. So if you remember, just now I have created a test PADR safe, test test DR safe. It would be replicated here as well. Let us open that. So it is applying full replication dump. So whatever the safes and users which are there in the primary vault, the same gets replicated on the DR side. And where it is replicated? It is replicated here. C private arc saves data. So here all the saves are getting replicated. Whatever the save we have in the primary, the same save get replicated over here. And you can see the save is appearing now. Test DR save that we have created in the primary vault, that is getting replicated here. So now you can see that it has replicated every bit of save here. Metadata running successfully. It has replicated the last save as well. Test DR safe. This is where you have created. So whatever the changes you perform on the primary vault, the same gets replicated on the DR side. And in case if your primary goes down, the DR will become the vault for us. So any questions still here, guys? We will now simulate a DR trail as well. I will add the DR IP in all the components. So we will purposely stop the vault service and we will see that whether we are able to work on the DR or not. Okay, I will just capture the IP address here. So this is the IP address of my DR 141. Let me disable the other network adapter. There is one more IP, so I'll disable this. That is not needed. So we have just this IP now. Let me copy this IP. I will add this IP in the pwwa vault.ini file so that it can talk to the DR in case if the vault is not available. This is the vault.ini file. This is the primary vault IP, and I will just add the DR IP as well. Behind it manually, it's not getting copied. 192, 168. And let me add it in the PSM as well. Array, sorry. This is my second PSM. We will not add the IP of the DR in the CPM. I will tell you why we will not add that. Let's add that in the second PSM as well, because before that, and I will tell you the reason. So in the PSM also we have added this IP. Now what I'm going to do, as of now you can see, if I open up PWA, you can see this web page is opening. The PWA web page is opening because the vault is up and running for us. If I stop the vault now, I will go to the vault. I will go to my vault and I stop the service. Okay, my vault is down now. So none of the component will start working. If I just refresh this, it will fail because we don't have the vault services running. Okay, you can see that nothing is coming up. If I open up a fresh window, it is not coming up with the username. Sorry, this authentication tab. Like whether I want to go with the CyberArk authentication or LTAP authentication, it's not nowhere coming up because we have the vault services coming up. Now, if we see the DR service, I mean in the DR PADR logs, after some time it will indicate that the vault is not available and it will check 5 times totally to ensure that the vault is down. So you will see that after 5 times it will automatically disable the service, stop the service, cyber disaster recovery service, and it will start the vault service, that is this vault server service. So let's wait for 5 attempts. Still it has not started and our vault is down at the moment. So our vault is down. So now you can see that timeout has expired. Timeout has expired is nothing but whenever the vault is not active or it's down, it will indicate an error. Timeout is expired. The second error is attempt to test vault availability failed. This is the first attempt it has done. So the first attempt is something like that. It has identified that vault is not available. When the DR is trying to ping the vault, it is not reachable at all. If I try to ping the vault, why it is coming? Even if I try to log in here, I will not be able to log in at all because my vault is down. It is just caching the web page from the browser, but it won't let me log in at all because we have purposely stopped the vault service. So now you can see it's not even responding to the ping because the firewall is closed and the vault is down. If I go back to the DR again and open this PADR logs, 3 times it failed. The vault has failed 3 times, so the DR is trying to check the status of the vault, but it is not able to do so because the vault is, we have stopped the vault service, and it is trying to check like by pinging the vault whether the vault is available or not, but it is getting failed. It will check 2 more times, and after 5 attempts in total, it will basically suspend the DR services and it will start the vault services in the DR server 4 times. Let's wait for one more time. Now you can see that thread has failed 5 times. Vault availability test failed. Failover started. Enter to failover method. Performing active passive failover procedure. Failover process started. Okay. So now it will become the vault. The DR will become the vault, and it will stop the disaster recovery service. So you can see that Cybera disaster recovery service is no more running, and it has started the vault service. Private R server service is started. You can see it has come up with the vault service. Now if I open up PVW again, I would be able to log in. So now PVW will start working shortly. Let me just navigate to the logs here as well. Let me make an IS reset to quickly. I'm just checking the PSM services as well. So it's running. Let me refresh it. Yes, it's running. So we have done the IS reset. Let's now log into the PVWA. It may take some time to resolve, but it will resolve and we would be able to log in. Now every component is pointing to the DR vault. They are not pointing to the primary vault. Since we have added both the IPs, the primary IP and the DR IP, they are pointing to the DR vault. So now you can see we have logged in because we are pointed to the DR. So now if you see that I have uh, added the DR IP in all the components, only in the CPM I have not added. Okay, so we will discuss that. Before that, now you have now one more thing you will see that in the DR server I have shown you the configuration file. This was the configuration file. So earlier when I show you, it was failover mode is equal to no, because we were running in a normal scenario. That means the vault service was up and running and the DR services was up and running. But now we are under a failover mode. Now the vault service is down and the DR services is down on the DR side and the vault services up on the DR side. So that means failover mode is equal to yes. So now, let's say if we have identified the reason why the vault went down, we need to roll back to our vault again. So what we will do, we will simply stop the vault service here on the DR. I will stop the DR vault service. Okay, so I have stopped the vault service over here. I will go to the PIDR again. I will make the failover mode is equal to no, because we need to get back to a normal scenario like, and I will delete last two lines. Last two lines is nothing but when the last replication happened onto the DR side. So I want to do the full replication again. So I will delete this last two lines. I'll save my changes. Now I will start the vault service and I will start the DR service here. So now the replication will start again into the DR side. Again, it's generating the full backup from the primary one. So this is the failover and fallback. And if you observe that the failover is automatic phenomena, we even if the vault goes down automatically, it will automatically trigger to the DR vault. DR vault will automatically bring up its vault service, and all the components which were earlier talking to the vault, they will start talking to the DR vault. So failover is automatic, but fallback is manual. So fallback is something wherein you need to resume the vault service and stop the vault service on the DR. Now, if you have observed that I have added the DR IP in all the component, only in the CPM I have not added that. Okay, let me open up a new thing. So let's talk under a normal scenario. When the vault is up, vault server is up. When the vault is up, what happens? Okay, now let's assume a very simple example. We have onboarded an account from this server XYZ. The account name is test admin and the password is 40@123. So the password is sitting in the vault. Okay, the CPM changes the password of this target server of this target account test admin, and it updates the password in the vault. This is how it happens. As I told you about the CPM functionality, this is all happens. Now let's say in case if the DR also comes up. In the CPM, you have only the vault IP as of now. There is no DR IP at all. So what whenever the password gets changed, it is updated in the vault. Now let's say if you have added the DR IP as well in the CPM. In the vault.ini file of the CPM, you have added the vault DR IP as well. So what happens when the vault is down? This is the vault up. Now, in the earlier case, the vault was up, but here we have the DR up. Okay? Since the vault is down, we have the DR up. Now, what happens when the CPM will change the password for this test admin? Let's say now the password becomes something like, now the password becomes when once you are on the DR once you are on the DR mode, the password becomes this WSXEDC@123. This is the new password for this test admin account. CPM changes the password for this test admin account and it updates in the DR. In the DR vault, it updates the new password. Okay. Now we have a password changed, or I should say updated for the same user here. But when you do a fallback, when you are falling back the services again to your primary vault, the password is still the same. Here we have still the same QWERTY@123. So when the user tries to connect to this server XYZ with the test admin, his session is bound to fail because we do not have the updated password in the vault. So this is called the split brain phenomena. So for the same account, we have different password in the vault and the DR. And in the DR, we have the updated password, but in the vault, we do not have the updated password. And it is not just for a single account that is onboarded in PAM or CyberArk. It is for all the accounts that we have onboarded in CyberArk. So for all the accounts that are there in the primary vault, they would have a faulty password, which is not updated. So the end users will face a lot of issues because the password is not synchronized to the primary vault. So that is the main reason we are not supposed to add the IP of the DR vault in the CPM component. It causes the split brain phenomena. Now you must have seen that this is an active site. Whenever the vault goes down, we can basically simply fail over to the DR site. There is nothing, manual intervention is not needed. After 5 attempts, it will automatically switch back to the to the primary site. This is called the active site of the vault. So it is just a copy of the vault. The moment your vault goes down, automatically the failover happens to a DR site. Now there is something called the backup as well. What is backup? Backup is basically the cold storage, or I would say the cold site of the vault. So whatever the vault data which is being updated, that gets replicated on the backup site as well. So if I just open up vault here, so the user was responsible for the replication and restoration. The backup user is just for the backup purpose. It can backup all the saves. So I will just enable this user as well, and we will deploy the backup site now. So there is a utility called PA replicate which generates the backup as well. So this is you have seen that whatever the saves which are created in the world, the same gets replicated onto the DR site like this. Whatever the safe I create in the primary vault all gets replicated onto the DR site. The same purpose does the backup utility. Utility would also do the same thing, but it is not a hot site like DR site. So in case if your vault goes down, DR can bring up its vault service. Backup will not be doing the same thing. Backup is just a kind of utility will generate the backup. So we can install the backup in the one of the any component. It could be CPM, it could be PSM, it could be PWA. In any of the component server we can install that. So this is our CPM server, and I have just copied the backup. This is the backup utility. Let me just copy it. Let us import in the CPM server. So now it is very simple to install. It's just like any other component. You can install it in any of the component server as well, whether it is CPM, PWA, PSM, any Windows component, you can install this utility. So we will install it in the CPM. So I'll just right click this setup file, run as an administrator. So now we are installing it in this drive, C program file x86 private arc, and this would be the folder in which all the saves would be replicated. C private arc. So as I said that never point anything to the C drive because you might be having some space crunch. So better to point it to the D or E drive. Maybe you can have a dedicated drive for the application to work, because you would have the same saves which are there in the vault, which are there in the DR. So you could have the recording safe as well. You would have the recording safe as well, which will host lot of video files, so it will consume lot of space. So better to go with a dedicated drive. So we'll, as of now we are going with C drive, C private arc. Here it will install this utility. It's very simple, it's installed now. Now we need to configure that as well. So we have installed this utility here. So as of now, if I go to saves data, you do not see anything. But once we replicate everything from the primary vault to this particular backup site, you would see that there would be all saves replicated here. Okay. So first and foremost, we need to specify the IP of our vault from where it will fetch the data. So I will point to our vault IP 192.168. This is my vault IP. Second, I need to specify the user which will fetch the data. So that would be the backup user. But I need to create a CRED file for that. You can see there is a utility CRED file over here. So we will set up a CRED file. Let me confirm the name of the CRED file which will fetch the data for us. So this would be our basically the CRED file which is called backup.ini. So we'll create this. I will explain you what it is. Okay. Let me just do it. Backup.ini would be my CRED file. Let us create a CRED file first. Create CRED backup.ini. Username would be backup. Password is RSA123 that I have reset it in the vault. Keep pressing enter. It's getting failed here. Let us run it one more time. Let me check what went wrong here. So now we have basically created this create file. You can see this backup is created for us. Okay. So it is nothing but the encrypted username and the password of our backup user. It will generate the backup for us. Now, if I were to run this, let me copy this. So now if you see it, what it is doing the incremental backup. So first and foremost, it is coming to this directory in which we have kept the backup file, C program files, private arc replicate. This is the current directory in which we are, and it is running this utility pa replicate. How it is running? It is checking the IP of the vault from the vault.ini, and it is logging in from the file backup.ini which we have just created. So this is nothing but it is basically the bat file which we will be running. Let me save it with the bat extension. Now whenever I want to run a full backup, I will just run this thing. Sorry, this thing, incremental backup. If I double click on this, it will start the backup. Replication process of the vault replicate started. Let's wait. If everything is fine, it will generate the backup for us. So now whatever the thing that DR was doing, the same thing would be done by this. So it ended with the errors. I think the IP I have given is not correct. Let me capture the correct IP. One ninety two 140.145. That looks fine as well. Let's run it one more time. There could be some changes in the 12.2 version to get it created. So I just need to check that as well. If there is any uh, further changes are there. Just give me 2 minutes. It again failed with an error. Let me just create this INI file again, backup.ini. Let me delete this one. I think I'm not giving the right password. This could be a possibility as well. Let me reset the password as well. Okay, our vault is down. That was the reason. Let me bring it up. So I have created this backup.ini again. So since our vault was down, it was not able to communicate, hence we were getting this timeout error. So anyways, let's do it. Let's run it again at the incremental backup. So now it's generating the full backup. So whatever the safes we have in the primary vault, the same gets replicated on the backup site. So the benefit of using this backup utility is something, let's say if I have deleted the safe by mistake, I can recover that because it would be sitting in the backup site. So it is there. All the safes are started appearing here. You can see every safe is available. So this is the backup utility, guys. So first is the DR we have seen. This is the backup, which is basically the cold site. You cannot fail over to the backup site, but you can fail over to the DR site in case if your vault goes down. You need to manually restore that data from the backup to the vault in case if something gets deleted by mistake. So we'll cover that in the operations sessions, that how to do that part.